Hello and welcome back to the Pathfinder Kingmaker Alpha. So, we have just been told that we need to defend this place and we need to go find some traps. So, let's go and see if we can find any traps that are around here. Anything in here? Box contains various household and hunting tools. Oh, our perception check. Oh, that's the first check that we've seen. Oh, interesting. So if we hover over it, it tells us what the actual dice roll was. Huh, that's interesting. It says right click for more. I guess that just expands it if there's something you can't see. And then perception just tells you what it was based off of. Okay. Yeah, we'll use the traps, definitely. So, oh, we now have some traps out there. That's good. At least it didn't make us go and place them or anything. Right. Can we go inside this building? Does not appear to be the case. Okay. Nothing over there either. What's up this way? Maybe it will reveal a little bit more of the map to us. Not really, but alright. Doesn't reveal any more of the map. So obviously this encounter is just kind of for this area. That's okay. What have we got around the back here? Anything else? Looking for, I think there was some oil or something we could have found. The old well has been renovated and cleaned. It even has a new roof. Okay. Not what we were looking for, obviously. We got here, ooh, crossbow, longsword, and a couple of shields. Well, we'll have those, yeah. And if we go and have a look at our inventory here, we have a crossbow user in Lindsay. Is this one better? So, heavy crossbow does more damage, has the same range, has the same critical hit, but has a different proficiency group. Okay. Does she have any proficiencies at all? Where would I find that? I guess that would be in character? Oh, abilities, perhaps. Oh, there we go. We can see all sorts of stuff for her. And she's also a halfling, which we haven't seen a different race yet. I guess they haven't put in that description yet. The character creation has it so you can only create humans currently, so I guess that would explain why we don't have anything for halflings. I think I saw a dwarf in one of my test runs, so that's good. Doesn't appear to have any proficiency with that weapon, just simple weapon proficiency, which is all martial weapons, so she can use it, I suspect. Okay. Oh, interesting. We can also see she has some extra bonuses. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll leave that and be for just now. But basically, long and short of it is, she can use the heavy crossbow at no penalty, so might as well use the heavy crossbow instead. We also have longsword, which I suspect Valerie could use. Her sword already is better, and it's in the bastard sword proficiency group opposed to longsword and its masterwork. Does she have any abilities that go along here? I have completely forgotten where abilities are. There we go, in characters. Abilities. She has proficiency with everything, I think, so she's absolutely fine. She can use that. Right, we might want to give someone a crossbow as like a backup weapon. Our bow is fine for ourselves. We don't really want to use the crossbow. Barbarian doesn't really want to use the crossbow. Okay, shields. Her shield is much better anyway, assuming that we wanted to just have the best shield possible in terms of armor class, so I think that most of the weapons we picked up there were bad, apart from the heavy crossbow. I also gave the potion of cure wounds we got last time, or cure light wounds, to our barbarian, as he's the only person who doesn't have healing or is not, you know, invincible in terms of her AC. So let's head down here and continue looking around. Can we go inside the inn, or are we just kind of ready now? We cannot head inside the inn. So maybe there was more we could have found in that supply drop over there, or maybe there's more over this side. Oh, something over here. What have we got? There's some disgusting slush in the pot. And our nature check says it's tar. Okay. Oh, we only just passed that one. So we'll spill the tar near the trading post entrance to slow down the bandits, and then Oleg can set it on fire. And what else did we get? We got a heavy mace, which I don't think any of us need. We also got Jasper, which is some sort of gem, and we got some gold coins. That's alright. I'm sure he won't mind us taking those. And what have we got over here? We have some potatoes, which are actually potatoes. Maybe we can cook them into rations, or maybe we eat them. Does appear to be a rationing and rest system in the game. I haven't really tested that out at all, but we have some rations in our inventory, so that's fine. Presumably it'll tell us more about it when we get into that kind of stage of things, because right now it's pretty much a tutorial about combat-ish. Fairly straightforward. Hello, Oleg. Oh, can we see your goods? Oh, I don't know what good trading will serve if those bloodsuckers come back and take everything, but alright, have a look. What does he... Well, we could sell him our gem that we just picked up from his place. Yeah, okay. We can also sell him all the stuff we don't need. There we go. Straight away. We'll keep the torches. I'm not sure if they could be useful. We could buy masterwork weapons. Actually, how much money do we have? We do have enough to buy a masterwork weapon. Okay. If we want to buy a masterwork bow for ourselves, that could be good. Like a short bow. So we can pair it to our short bow, to our longbow. It doesn't do as much, but it does have a high... Well, it's the same crit chance, actually, but this one's masterwork. What is masterwork? Doesn't say. Okay, that's fine. I assume it's better. Is there a masterwork longbow? No masterwork longbows. Okay, I think we'll stick with what we got then. But we could also buy, like, different mail, a +1 shield, something like that, if we wanted to. Oh, there we go, masterwork longbow. That seems good. I would like to buy that. How much is it? 400. Yeah, okay. We might as well buy it. Yeah, that makes sense. Deal. Right. So now we can equip this one on ourselves. There we go. In fact, wait. Yeah, and we should sell the other one. There we go. I would like to sell this bow that we no longer need. Deal. Right, let's talk. I would like to wait for the attack. Fear not, I'll stand between you and this scum. You're under my protection. Amory flexed their shoulders. Finally, a fight was bored with all that talking. Lindsay, well, these aren't the heroics I was hoping to write about, but I guess even the greatest heroes had to start somewhere. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, be careful, and please don't let Olag do anything too risky. Svetlana, go inside. We're going to go meet our guests. Okay, so Svetlana's going to be inside and we're going to be in combat, presumably? Maybe? No, we'll oh, there we go. We wait till night. I see. Oh! Wow, they really did not like that. Okay. Can we control Oleg? No, we can't control Oleg or Bakken, but it tells us what they're doing. So Oleg's just going to generally fire at people. Bakken's going to chuck alchemist stuff at people. Okay. They are definitely in a world of trouble. So we're going to send Valerie forward. We're going to send Amari forward. We are going to start firing upon... well, do we have any abilities to use? Not really. So we're going to start firing upon... wait, we're not selected. Did I not select myself? Okay, I guess we'll move out here then. If we're not close enough to fire. Oh no, there we go. We can fire. Then Lindsay can fire upon that one. Let's actually, she does have abilities to use, doesn't she, as a spellbook? We could try her summon monster. Let's summon a monster. Oh, did I not do that right? There we go. She's casting. Okay. They're probably all going to be dead before we even get there, but that's fine. I would like somebody to go and help Oleg, although Oleg looks fairly dead by the fact that that guy's... Oh no. He must have ran away, giving Oleg an attack of opportunity. Okay. Valerie, is there anything we want you to do? How about charge that bandit? You can't charge because you're too close. That makes a lot of sense. Fight defensively against the bandit. Actually, that bandit. There we go. That seems fine. Yeah. She's going to summon the pony just in time for the fight to be over, but I'm excited to see it. We summoned it. We have a pony. Okay. Yeah, now we'll just attack things. There is AI as well on your companion, so they will kind of do things without you. Okay. Now we just charge them down, I think. Do we have any abilities we want them to use? Maybe daze on that guy, so you're going to have to run closer, but we'll get her to use it. Oh, so she can start casting while she's running. Okay, interesting. Or maybe that's her turn kind of going on or something. Oh well, we did it. We protected Olag's trading post, and now we have to get some rest there. Good. That seemed easy enough. Ooh, studded leather. Okay. Might as well grab everything that we've got here. What is that? Is that a magical item? Cloak of Resistance. Saving throws are increased by 1. It does not stack with other resistance bonuses. Okay, that seems like something that we can give Valerie because, well, she seems like our tank, so giving her more resistances seems like a good idea, I would imagine. We got here some more junk. More junk. Well, we might as well take it all. Oleg might buy it off of us, and we can get some better equipment for it. What have we got here? An empty tar pot. Well, you know what? That makes a lot of sense, given that we put the tar out there. We did kind of destroy them with the prep time. Right. Treasure? Oh. It was just more of the same, basically. Okay. Let's speak to Oleg before we head into the inn. Oleg is breathing heavily, but he shakes his fist in the air menacingly. You rats got what you deserved, and now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. Sorry about Bakken, he was a fierce old man, but I guess not fierce enough. How will I tell Svetlana? She'll probably cry. Oh, how tragic. Now, my lord, head up onto the guest rooms in the second floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to clean things up. And this is for your efforts. Don't offend me by trying to turn it down. Just take it. An honest fight deserves an honest reward. If that were more common practice in this world, I think life would be so much better. Alright, so he gave us 100 gold. That's good. I didn't realize Bakken had died. That's very unfortunate. Oh well. Let's head in. Alright. Would this be stealing? Probably. Hello. I'm glad it's over. Even if there was a fight, we'll talk tomorrow once I've finished working. Okay. Let's just head upstairs. And then, ooh, we've got some chests which are locked. So can she use something, like, can she try and unlock it? Oh, we can put her in stealth. Not quite what I was looking for. Abilities? No, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe she will just try and maybe you need a lockpick to unlock. That seems actually incredibly likely. Is this one locked? I guess not. We'll have all of that then. Was that engraved bracelet we got there? That's an earring and that's a bracelet. So can we just put these on? I suppose we could put them on. I mean, Lindsay stole them, so Lindsay can have them. There you go. And a ring as well. Oh, you already have a ring. So, I don't know, maybe Valerie can have the ring. There we go. Oh, we also got a gold ring. There you go. Right. Oh, we got more. We got Potion of Vanish. We got some more rings. Fantastic. And then we got a Scroll of Ray of Enfeeblement. One enemy creature within close range, we would lower their strength. Okay. Unless they pass a Fortitude check. Well, we'll have the next set of rings. And then I guess we'll give Lindsay the scroll, because she already has a couple of scrolls that she could be using. And then we'll just rest. Right. You wake up from a nasty dream that almost tortured you all night long. In it you saw a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounded you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out of the window and you find that the fog was not a figment of imagination, not a dream, and then the half-transparent outline of a beautiful nymph appears before you. Even in this ghostly form, it's clear that she's exhausted. Her shoulders are slouched and her large eyes burn with her pale face. Hear me, please, hear me, can you hear me, please? Her voice is barely more than a whisper as she reaches towards you. Seems that only you can see or hear the nymph. Who are you? Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself, the bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area, a defeated guardian. Call me the Blooming Guardian if you wish. Alright, what do you want from me? Aid, salvation. We have a common enemy, and have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with swords of his servants, and not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forest and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon, even I will vanish as the last ray of light fades at dusk. So, the Stag Lord made this fog? Yes, it hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him. And how can I help you? The fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created, but my powers wane. I barely have the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thorn Ford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo. Catch the whispers. Search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy. Okay, so we got a new location, which is Thorn Ford. Okay. Right, I understand. See you later. I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than coincidence. The nymph's whisper fades as he disappears. Okay, so we've got to go find this fort, and then hopefully that'll... well, we got to find this bandit camp, which will then lead us to a house, which will then remove the fog, which will then let us get to the fort. Fairly straightforward. We also lost all of our companions. I assume they're downstairs? Maybe? Yeah, they are. Okay, well, let's speak to Lindsay first. A halfling girl with towsy hair wearing a dusty traveller outfit is chewing the tip of her quill. Just a moment. Oh, how should I put this? Oh, that's it. She scribbles something quickly on her notebook, scrawled with verses, raises her eyes and gives you a bright smile. Hi. Well, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Where are you from? From around. I was born in Galt, such a tiny village that is not even on the maps. If it weren't for my teacher, I would still live there, milking turnips, weeding goats, swilling homebrew, having babies, and using books as kindling. Who was your teacher? He's a real saint. He was once an important person at the Church of Shellin in the capital, but confronted the authorities and went on a self-imposed exile to the tiniest, most godforsaken village without a priest he could find. That was the one I was born in. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers would not let him. Like, you can heal us alright, but don't put any ideas into the children's head. Don't distract them from work. But I did go to him on the sly. He taught me how to read, how to write, he would give me books. I haven't seen him since I ran away from home. I hope he's alright. Ask Shellin every day to give him a long life and new students. Do you worship Shellin? Yes. I don't want to offend the other gods, but she is the most important of them all. All the other gods guard the world as it is. Only the eternal Rose, the goddess of beauty, calls us to the world as it is supposed to be. How did you become a bard? When I realised that nothing waited for me at home besides radish patches, I decided to run away. A travelling book peddler happened to come across our village. Well, I stuck to her like a burr and wouldn't let go until she agreed to take me as an apprentice. Together we travelled everywhere, to Brevoy and Taldor and even Ustalav. And then I found out about the Academy of Grand Arts in Pitax, and I thought, well, I love reading stories, so I can learn to write them too. So I enrolled there. On my first try, they even gave me a scholarship. Then expelled me, though. But that's fine. They taught me the important things, and now, Shell and Grant, I'll manage on my own. At first, the peddler did not know how to dispose of me. Then when I told her I was staying at Pitax, she even shed a tear. I wonder where she is now. So why do you dress so slovenly? Lindsay waves her hand carelessly. Forget it, I'm not wasting money on clothes. I would buy books instead. In 100 years, when people are reading my works, they're not going to be asking where the author had holes in her sleeves. Alright, well, let me ask you something else. Tell me about Pitax. Oh, I love Pitax, even though they kicked me out of there. A joyful place. What's life at Pitax like? Actually, Pitax has always been one huge nest of thieves, bandits, river pirates, smugglers, dealers of stolen goods, card sharps. It's always been a home for all of them. But before it was Iravetti, it was before Iravetti became king. With him, a whole different life began there. You know, Iravetti always wanted to make history, but not as another crowned bandit, although this is what he is. But he wanted to be glorified through the centuries as a patron of the arts. He built an Academy of Grand Arts and spent lots of gold to get the best artists, poets, musicians there. Of course, the best ones did not go there, but he always got what he wanted in a way. If before him, Pitax was just a booze barn for thieves, under him it turned into a cabaret. You got anything more to say about King Iravetti. He won his crown in a game of cards. This alone says as much about both him and Pitax. Fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that the moment he appeared, he started to pull off such things that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him, gold flooded into Pitax. And also, he is an incredibly, unimaginably, fantastically decadent and conceited. Getting drunk at a pub with whores. This is not about Lord Iravetti, no. Dressing up like a male personification of Calistria with golden codpiece and holding a 3-week orgy involving dancing on the rooftops, a parade, public executions, and a contest for the best ode to the great and unparalleled king. That's more like him. He also likes singing, and he orders his guards to make citizens gather for his shows. Let Shilin have mercy on his listeners. Tell me about the academy you studied at. You know, jokes aside, I'm thankful to Iravetti for building it. But he has no taste at all, whatsoever. He loves his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying his royal majesty. He dismissed the best graphic artist because he did not want to spend money on some grey scribble. Gave the sack to a masterful flute player from Tianzia for playing too quietly, and instead ordered to open a kettle drum class. He even ordered to expel me. And for what? For innocent limerick? So would you like to go back to the academy and finish your studies? I would like to return on one condition. If they threw out 3/4 of those who teach there now and returned to those they turned all those they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to have been expelled. If my art was to Iravetti's liking, then I would have reason to be ashamed. While mediocre lickspittles sit at the academy and real talents beg on the streets of Pitax, I'm not crossing the threshold of this place. Alright, well, tell me about the book you're writing. What's there to tell? This is a book about you and your adventures. I'm writing the whole truth. As it is. Well, the whole artistic truth. You know, no glory, no story. So why are you writing it? What's the point? When I was at the academy, Ebald the Insightful started his literature course with asking, what is a human being? And he answered, a human is a storytelling animal. Our world does not consist of things, all these, woods, seas, cities. It consists of stories we tell ourselves and each other about these things. Just think about it. Centuries will pass and there'll be no more me, no you, no subject of yours, but you and I will still live in people's memories and have impact on their deeds, thanks to this very book. No offense, but your turn of phrase is not very good. Truth doesn't hurt me. Who do you think is my most severe critic? Myself. It's my first big book. I have yet to learn and learn. But don't you worry, I will do justice to your feats. And if I put my foot in my mouth, well, we can have a second edition, revised and corrected. Your book is full of inconsistencies. Well, yes, I admit. Sometimes one has to sacrifice details for the sake of a dramatic effect. This is called imaginative truth. I write about everything as if I have seen it with my own eyes, even if it's an adventure I was not part of. But I always closely question everyone who was with you at the moment. Think of it as a generalized picture. In the end, you're the hero of this book, and I'm just a storyteller. Alright, so what kind of character am I? Truth be told, I was a little afraid to make you a hero. In the books, they're all protectors of the weak and poor. But what about real life? However, if my fears were gone at the drop of a hat, you're a true hero, just like in legends. Now I am afraid that in 100 years, my readers will say that those like you did not exist. But I'm writing the truth. Sometimes you follow the set rules, sometimes you make your own. Your actions are hard to predict. The more interesting it will be to read about them. Are you alright with me reading your work in progress? Well, these are only drafts, but of course you're welcome to read them. Keep in mind, even if you don't like what I write about you, I will not change a single letter, so don't even ask. Of course this book is about you, but it's my book, do you understand? The short writer's eyes glow rebelliously. Oh, so we get a lot of different options depending on how we want to play it with our alignment. So, lawful neutral, that's not what we are. We are neutral good, which isn't actually one of the options. Interesting. So I thought there was going to be one for each, but it appears like it's almost one for each, but not quite. Yeah. Let's go for chaotic good then. Write whatever you wish. I believe that you will not defame me, or let alone overpraise. Thank you for your trust. You know, I will not try to please you, of course, but I still hope that you will like my book, no less than other readers. So I made a chaotic good action. Let's keep it going. I'm not going to say leave me, I don't want to see you again. I'm just going to say I've got to go. Just don't leave without me. Of course, I can just write it as you tell me, but if I want to stay in a dusty room, I would sit in the lectures out at the academy. Alright. Well, she had a lot to say. Svetlana, do you? Svetlana sighs, examining a fancy bottle made of iridescent glass. A gift from Bakken. I'll miss that old crank. I still expect to hear him muttering from behind the fence, or see him pop in the door holding a fresh dug root to his chest, like some great treasure. May the gods have mercy on him. A bitter smile touches her lips. Let's talk about other matters. I do have something to ask if you have time. What? Svetlana lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no. But the first time the Stag Lord's thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring, just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket really, but it meant so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, fearing I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid and everyone around would laugh. Svetlana interrupts herself, shaking her head gently. If you happen to find my ring among the bandits' possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. The name is engraved inside the band. Svetlana drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There is one more thing. Among the bandits, there's a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy if you have the chance. Well, I'd be happy to help. So we've got to not kill the axe-wielding, dark-haired lady, and we've to go and get a wedding ring. Can do that. But Lana nods. I'm so grateful for your help. So, tell me about yourself. How did you and your husband find the courage to establish a trading post in the stolen lands? It was Oleg's idea, though I supported him in it. We didn't realize how dangerous it was here, of course. In Restov, everyone respects the sword lords, and everyone's accustomed to relying on them. Even the mention of someone like Lady Jamandi could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. It could maybe even work in some places here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. What can you tell me about the Stag Lord? He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the stolen lands into his personal kingdom. A kingdom of fear and oppression. Yeah. I'll deal with the Stag Lord, have no doubt. I can't thank you enough for the hope you've given me, but please be careful. The Stag Lord is extremely dangerous. Well, okay, we'll go and deal with him now then. I think we've got to speak to our other companions in Oleg, wherever they are. Oh, there's Oleg. Can't see our other companions just yet. Hopefully they're still around here somewhere. Greetings. Oleg seems to be in a good mood and greets you warmly. You certainly ruffled those villains' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like it before. The road to Restov looks like someone spilled milk, and it just hung in the air. I couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. Feels like witchcraft to me. I bet the Stag Lord's involved somehow. Rumor says he deals with all kinds of bad magic. So, how are things going in the trading post? We're doing alright, I'd say. I could even say we're doing pretty well thanks to the wise decisions and protections of your grace. You know, you had me worried back in the capital. I almost thought you were going to double our taxes and make a beggar of me. Now, tell me about yourself, Oleg. Just dislike the noise. I'm from Restov. Cities are complicated, lots of people, each with their place on the shelf. Bow before this one, fear this other, don't do business with the third. But be sure the extra nice to the fourth, and the villages are little better. Everyone likes to stick their noses up into each other's business. I just want a place where I could be my own master, so I ended up here. So, I need to take care of the Stag Lord. Do you know anything that could help me find him? That's quite the task you set yourself. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area, but only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location of the fortress is a heavily guarded secret. With this fog hanging around, I'd imagine it would be even harder to find. I suppose you could try and follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. Their tracks are still fresh enough, last I saw. Might lead you to the fortress, or at least back to someone who might be able to tell you about it. What else can you tell me about the Stag Lord? Not much. Not like I've sat down and shared a cup of wine with the man, you know. But I think he arrived in the Stonelands less than a year ago, from what I heard. As soon as he got here, he took over everything. I wrote to Restov and tried to warn them that Stag Lord wasn't some typical gang leader, but they didn't listen. The rumours about him are horrible. He'll kill a person if they so much as disagree with him. He never reveals his face. Those who've seen him up close report the same thing. Ugly scars cover every inch of his skin not covered by his clothes. The Stag Lord's past is a mystery. He just arrived one day, and he was immediately a power to be reckoned with. I guess the most surprising thing about him is that he has as many followers who admire him as he has minions who obey him out of fear. He's got some inner strength in him, or maybe an inner madness. There are many who seem to follow him because of that madness, like it was some kind of virtue. Okay, well, we'll speak another time. Farewell. Okay, are any of our other companions around here, or is that it? I do want to just have a quick look around. So no companions up there. I assume there's nobody up this way. Nope, not that we can see. Anyone along this way? Oh, there we go. There's Amiri. So I guess that means... Oh, there's Valerie. Perfect. I knew they'd be around here somewhere. It does appear to be the stop and talk to your companions bit. Amiri. We're gonna talk. Amiri utters a weary sigh. We'll spill it. I'm listening. You don't like talking? Amiri shrugs several times, probably flexing her muscles, or just filling up the pause. Dunno, she admits at last. Depends on what we're going to talk about. If it's monsters or swords or scars I approve, that's good. If you're going to ask questions like why, what for, and how, screw this. Amiri gives you a slow up and down glance. Seems you came up with the hard ones. Tell me about yourself. The simple question seems to puzzle Amiri. She scratches her head and then starts counting her on her fingers. First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. I left my tribe, the Six Bears. Amiri looks thoughtfully at her four bent fingers and shrugs. And I like fighting, she concludes, bending the thumb. So, what's it like to be a barbarian in the Six Bears tribe? Our people are big and strong. We can cut a monster in half with one swing. We can walk 3 days and 3 nights without a rest. We can eat whole fried aurochs. I guess you had to do a lot of training to become as strong as you are? Training? No one freaking trained me. The boys of Six Bears got the training. All I could do was peep in on them. Amiri's eyes gleam with anger. And you know what? They were crappy even after all that training because I kicked their butts hard. Animals, bandits, monsters. They all thought they were stronger than me. Idiots. Amiri spits on the flat ground. I assume that's what it's meant to be. Because if you start the fight, you expect to win. You think you're stronger than your enemy. Amiri raises her chin proudly. I defeat them all. See all the scars on my face? So what does the realm of the Mammoth Lords look like? Huge and freezing it is. No place for weaklings. Amiri narrows her eyes as if evaluating your ability to survive in her homeland. Tribes chase Auric herds to survive. Aurics are fast, so a tribe follows the herd for a few days at a time, just to avoid dying of hunger. Those who are weak stay behind to die in the snowdrifts. A tribe cannot stop. Also, there are giants and mammoths, sometimes demons too. And the mastodons. And the saber-tooth tigers! Amiri grins. You'd survive, I think, for a few days, ha! Why'd you leave your tribe? Amiri flushes. 'Cause they were assholes, all of them. Men were cowards and scoundrels, and gals are frightened, spineless livestock. Amiri rolls her bloodshot eyes in fury. Men think no girl can be a fighter, because they are weaklings, and they're afraid a woman can best them. And gals just nod. Go sow hides, cook meat, watch kids. That's what they always said. But I'm a warrior, damn it. I won't cook hides and I won't watch meat. Amiri is already shouting, her fists clenched tightly. And I told them, I went hunting with the men, and what did I get? Still the same, you're a woman, you must stay home. Well, damn, I even went to hunt those shit-faced frost giants, and there. Amiri suddenly stops, breathing heavily, sweat beading on her forehead. After a moment, Amiri waves her hand awkwardly and forces herself to grin. In short, I left. Cowards, scoundrels, and sissies they were, that's why. Well, you are quite a good fighter. Amiri jerks her head up. Quite good, huh? Compared to whom? If I were a crappy male, I'd fight better, is that what you're saying? She leers at you, her eyes narrowed. Or you say I could be a better fighter, like, go get some training, Amiri, right? No, I meant exactly what I said. You're quite a good fighter. Don't raise your voice to me ever again. Ooh. Actually, you know what? We're going to go something different. Let's go chaotic good. You're very good in a fight. You're an excellent warrior. I've just given you a compliment, that's all. For more seconds, Amiri continues to glare at your face with suspicion. Then all of a sudden she mellows. True, I fight good. That's what I do best, right? I'm not going to say that she's rude. I'm just going to leave that one. So, why did you leave your tribe? What's the story about the Frost Giants? I told you already, they were assholes. They treat women like livestock, not fighters. Amiri frowns. As for the Giants, I'll tell you later. Someday, maybe. Your sword is formidable. It's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that even though Amiri is an extremely strong woman, she has difficulty wielding a sword of this size. This sword used to belong to the real blasted Frost Giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfectly, my damn trophy. Amiri's eyes flash with menace as if she is challenging some invisible enemy to take away her trophy. Well, thank you for coming with me. We'll talk again later. Talking, when we'll do some monster killing instead. Amiri sighs and turns away. Alright then. One last companion, Valerie. Let's see what she has to say. Greetings, Valerie sighs. Everything is well, I hope. I'm ready for new orders. Tell me about yourself. What exactly would you like to know? I was born to a noble family, though I didn't stay long on the family estate. My father sent me to the Order of the Eternal Rose, but I left as soon as I realized it didn't match my principles. Where are you from? What was your childhood like? I was born in Brevoy. Oh, interesting. That's green. Does that mean we can hover over it? And we can get more information. So we can see that Brevoy is a relatively young nation, having only existed since 4499 AR. The history of Brevoy before this time is the history of two often warring nations, Issia and Rosta. The coming of Chorrol, the Conqueror, changed all this. After securing the defeat and surrender of the two nations, Chorrol christened his family House Rogarvia. The Rogarvia's rule ended with the mysterious disappearance of every member of House Rogarvia in 4699 AR, leaving Brevoy in a precarious political position. Oh, I accidentally skipped that, but luckily we can go back. But in fact, I've never seen the country. I spent a childhood on a remote estate owned by my noble family. My father is a respected philanthropist and a benefactor of the Church of Shaylin. He's also a renowned private collector and a great admirer of various arts. My mother took personal care of my education. From my early years, I learned good manners, for instance, how to behave at the dinner table or how to express requests or gratitude politely. I was also taught the difference between true nobles and low-born upstarts, and I learned how to treat them properly. Our home was always under the protection of several paladins of Shaylin, for my father donated a handsome sum to their order. One of them, a man of venerable age with a grey beard, once let me touch his shining armour. I still remember the admiration I felt while stroking the cold, polished, gleaming metal. Valerie sighs. Of all the memories of my childhood, that is the warmest one. So why were you sent to be a paladin of the Eternal Rose? As you can imagine, from my first days I was surrounded by a crowd of lackeys, servants and nannies who never stopped praising my heavenly beauty. The paladins of Shaylin who used to visit our house echoed these praises. In the end, general opinion overpowered my father's common sense. As soon as I turned 6, I was brought to the Church of Shaylin and told that this was my new home from now on. Don't pity me, though, I beg of you. Many who have heard the story immediately started to assure me that my parents were cruel and unable to love their child. Valerie's eyes become stern. My parents had respect for me. They taught me something that has been supporting me through all my life, a sense of self-esteem. Besides, they didn't abandon me. Once every 6 months they would come and visit me at the Order of the Eternal Rose. We had some tea and then had an hour to walk around the grounds. And then they would take their leave as etiquette demands. What did they teach you in the Order? Various things. Some of them seemed appealing to me. The others I couldn't accept. Among the former were physical activities and swordsmanship. Among the latter, arts, calligraphy, painting, poetry, and all the other ways to waste one's time. I guess deep in my heart, I always knew I'd never become a true paladin of Shaylin. Wielding a sword always felt better to me than handling a paintbrush. So why did you leave the order? Because of my heavenly beauty. Valerie winces in contempt. According to Shaylin laws, all art is sacred, whatever form or manifestation it takes. Severe punishment awaits those who harm a painting, sculpture, or poem, no matter how worthless that piece of art is. My looks always attracted unwanted attention from the pilgrims and acolytes of the temple. I received the first poem dedicated to me when I was 9. The author was some wealthy geezer. Valerie's lips thin in contempt. And that was just the beginning. Sculptures, pictures, poems. I was drowning in them. My admirers mobbed me, and I had to respectfully accept all that garbage. Clerics of the temple were benevolent, for my suitors made generous offerings to the church. But once I just snapped. Barely suppressed anger glitters in Valerie's eyes. Some wealthy idiot had dedicated an extremely untalented poem to me, and he had the nerve to read it in my face, holding my sleeve. The hour was late, and I was on my way to get some rest after a boring lesson on rhymes. I lost control and tore the poem apart right as he watched me. Valerie raises her head proudly. Paladins wanted to impose some punishment upon me. I don't remember which one exactly. They wanted me to repent. Instead, I just gathered my things and left the order. What did you do after that? Because of my heaven... Oh, wait. Did I think I clicked the wrong one. Sorry about that. I left for Restov. Alright, what's Restov got to do with it? Restov is one of the 2 largest cities in the fertile region of Rostland in southern Brevoy. Lord Mayor Istov Salmius leads the city, which is a trade and cultural centre that borders the river kingdoms, the Shrike River and the Stolen Lands. As the birthplace of the Aldori dueling style, the city boasts several Aldori and Taldan dueling schools, which has led to the city being a favoured place for young nobles to practice dueling championships. Most prominent among them is the Aldori Academy, widely regarded as the region's finest war college. Valerie shrugs. I wanted to be as far as possible from Shaylin, and the destiny everyone seems to force upon me. Besides, Restov's School of Swordsmanship had quite a reputation. Honestly, I was hoping to take an opportunity and learn from the famous masters of Aldori. Eventually it became clear that their technique doesn't fit me. They tried to teach me to avoid impact, whereas I prefer to raise my shield. Anyway, my abilities and skills, learnt in the Order of the Eternal Rose, were enough for me to survive, enough for the Swordlands to take an interest in me. I was offered a chance to join the mercenaries who served the Swordlands, and I accepted the offer. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the beauty either. We're going to change the subject. So tell me about the way of Shaylin, about her paladins, please. Shaylin is a goddess of love, beauty, and art. Her paladins are something like armored artists. That's how they like to refer to themselves, at least. Valerie tries to fight her feelings, then lets her inner contempt reveal itself. They are fanatical defenders of worthless, inartistic paintings and meaningless opus, if you know my opinion. Opuses? Anyway. You're talking about Shaylin with such contempt. What did the goddess of beauty do to earn your anger? She's been trying to ruin my life, Valerie snorts. Shaylin is goddess of everything useless that ever existed in this life. All the beauty, art, and soulful sighs and moonlight will never feed a single family. And I beg you to refrain from offering your opinions. Trust me, I've heard everything you can tell me more than once. Nothing, and nobody can change my mind. Valerie looks at you with suspicion. As for Shaylin, she is a goddess of no-hopers and idlers. I almost joined her preposterous entourage. I'm grateful I was clever enough to denounce her when I could. Okay, so what do the paladins of Shaylin usually do? They wander around searching for another pile of garbage, and when they find it, they would call it an immortal piece of art and admire it until they are blue in the face. You might not believe me, but the paladins of Shaylin are not allowed to slay their enemies if the latter beg for mercy. Can you guess why? Because if killed, a bandit or rapist or murderer wouldn't be able to create something beautiful in the future, so a paladin must defend her enemy in battle, then inspire him to create a masterpiece. Valerie's face reflects extreme disgust. That might sound hilarious if it wasn't true. Also, every follower of Shaylin is obliged to practice some art in his or her free time. Every single day, no matter what time it is, even if you get sick or hungry or sleepy. Otherwise, as clerics claim, you would definitely lose your connection with your goddess. Extremely preposterous idea, wouldn't you agree? So you've said every paladin must practice some kind of art. What kind of art did you do? Ah, that one. I used to embroider. I still do it from time to time. A treacherous blush covers Valerie's cheeks. It's nothing, I assure you. It's a simple task to keep my hands busy, and to get rid of gloomy thoughts. Nothing special. Well, I understand not every piece of art is good, or even moderate, but there must be at least a few great works among them. Is that what you think? Valerie curves an eyebrow, pretending to be amazed. Many share this delusion of yours. I was deluded too for a while. Now I consider all works of art useless. People create this garbage because they have nothing better to do. Peasants won't paint a picture, as he must plough the earth and feed his family. Soldier has no time to sculpt statues, he must defend his homeland. Meanwhile, idlers and slackers have plenty of free time, so they smear canvases with some paint and believe they're doing something extremely valuable. Valerie shakes her head in disapproval. Well, I see. Let's talk about something else. I entirely agree with that. And if you'll let me be frank, all this talk about Shaylin makes me want to spit, and only my noble upbringing prevents me from commencing such an undignified act. So, you know, you don't have to follow etiquette and maintain good manners while speaking with me if you don't want to. I'm aware of that, Valerie sighs, but I expect you to understand that I am what I am. That's how I was brought up, first by my parents, then by mentors of the Order. Besides, I was born into a noble family, Valerie raises her chin proudly. So I like the idea that my manner of speaking differs so much from the common language of peasantry. You can't imagine how many Parvenis started to... What is a Parvenis? No idea. Anyway, started to bow politely as soon as they heard me speaking. So you're following my orders. Why? What do you mean, why? Valerie looks at you in bewilderment. I follow your orders. I've joined your campaign because I have faith in you. I believe your intentions to be noble, though they may not always come out as planned. You're my commander. Your orders are law to me. My duty is to follow them. Valerie stutters all of a sudden. Well, as long as you don't order something absolutely dishonorable. But that would never happen, I hope. Well, thank you for the conversation. I'll talk to you later. As you wish, Valerie nods with dignity. Alright, so we've spoken to all of our companions, and I think it's about time that we try and leave. So, let's see what happens. So what happens if we just walk out? Do we have to, like, set up our party or something? I wonder how we're meant to be doing this. I have no idea. Let's just try leaving, and if it doesn't work, I'll go and see if I can find out. But yeah, let's just try leaving. Maybe we have to walk to the edge of the map, and it'll say, who do you want to take with you? Like, maybe this is safe zone. It looks like that's going to be the case. Yeah, and then we choose who we want to take. Yeah, so we want everybody, right? Because we only we have 4 out of 6, so we might as well take everyone with us. Let's see where it takes us. Oh, it takes us to this map. We can get it to show location's name. So we want to go to Thorn Forward, ideally. Where does this line go? Oh, it's the border, I see. Maybe? Or is this just a path that we can take? I'm not sure. We're going to head over here. Anyway. Pathless location is unknown. I see. So where do we know the path to? I have no idea how we're meant to be doing this. Apologies for this. I will... Oh! We can see a map like that. Does this make it easier? Maybe there's somewhere else we need to have found out about? Maybe there's a reason to leave? I'm not entirely sure. I might just end the episode here and then we can find out later. But, oh wow, this map goes on a while. Goes all the way over here. Okay. This is a reasonably big map that we've got here. Okay. So, path to here is unknown, but it kind of fills out that... Well, what's weird is it kind of fills out this bit. So I'm wondering whether we got to find out we got to go somewhere along this line. Possibly. Maybe somewhere right at the bottom. No. Can't figure it out, so I'm going to end the episode here, and then next time I will have figured it out. See you then. Goodbye.